Oh, that's very slow.
We are live.
We are live, live from Mexico and live from Newcastle.
That's right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's session with Andrew Fleming from Newcastle. We'll give it a few minutes. I can see people already joining the room. That's great. We'll wait a couple of minutes just while we get a good number of the students who've registered for today's session into the room. And while we're waiting, I'll just put on one of the videos that Andrew's very kindly shared with us, so we can have a little preview of Newcastle and what awaits us, or what awaits you in Newcastle. Hopefully we can see this.
Yeah.
When you choose to come here, to Newcastle, you're choosing more than a course. You're choosing more than a university. You're choosing to live in the heart of our north, to live in a city as vibrant at night as it is by day, to be part of our community, where people matter above all things, to be connected to faraway cities and global destinations, and to grow amongst green spaces and striking places, historical secrets and modern masterpieces, amongst new friends and world experts.
Okay. Well, I think we might be ready to start the presentation now, Andrew. If you're ready, I'll put the slides up. We have a good number of students already in the room. So, well, thank you everybody for joining us today. And a big thank you particularly to Andrew, who's giving up part of his Wednesday evening live from Newcastle. Andrew, it's great to have you with us. Last time I saw you was in Mexico, but yeah, great to be in contact with you live from Newcastle. I'll hand over to you. Thanks very much for your time this evening.
That's great. Thank you, David. I just wanted to quickly check before I kick off. You can hear me?
Yes, all good.
Yeah, okay, great. Thanks very much, David. Thank you very much. And yes, a little bit of background. I actually just returned from living in Mexico. I was in Mexico for a total of 4 years. I spent 1 year studying at UNAM in Mexico City and 3 years working with Mexican students like yourselves. So I'm very familiar with Mexico. It's somewhere I can't wait to go back when the world goes back to normal. I very much look forward to getting back there. And yeah, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today to listen to me. Just a brief introduction. My name is Andrew Fleming. I am the International Recruitment Officer for Newcastle University. So let's find out a little bit more about the university and the city. So what springs to mind when you think of Newcastle? You may have heard of Newcastle before. You may have seen a particular movie with a Mexican footballer. There's lots of things that you might think of when you think of Newcastle. David may agree, I hope he does, that we always think of Newcastle as somewhere that's lively, friendly, and it's definitely a student city. So Newcastle has so much to offer. There is so much going on. It's a very friendly place. The further north you go, the friendlier we are. And I think that's spot on with Newcastle because we are very north. And it's very much a student city. So let me tell you a bit about why. So where are we? We're in the northeast of England. It's the capital of the northeast of England. We are about 2.5 hours away from London. You can travel by train. Something that Newcastle has, which is quite unique for the size of the city, it has an international airport. So if you're traveling in from Mexico City or wherever you're from, you can travel normally through Heathrow or through Amsterdam or through Paris, and we have those links, those international links. We're not far away from Scotland, so by all means, I definitely recommend that you travel up to Scotland when you can. And we're on the coastline as well. I'm about to show you some really nice photos of the coastline that we have in Newcastle. So it's pretty much got everything. It's one of the best student cities in the world. So the population of Newcastle is between 300 and 350,000. And around 50,000 are actually students. So you guys run the place. It is very much a student city in Newcastle. It's a very much an affordable place as well. If you've been to London before, there's no denying it. London is really expensive. Newcastle is significantly cheaper than London and quite a lot of other cities in the UK. It's very friendly. That's something that you will have to believe me on. It is. The people of Newcastle are incredibly friendly. You will find that out when you're walking through the streets of Newcastle. It doesn't have a big city vibe. It has a friendly city vibe. Everyone's willing to help. Everyone wants to, show you around and introduce you to the place. And it's very safe. That's always simple. That's always worth mentioning. Newcastle is one of the safest places, one of the safest cities in the UK. It's a very safe place. It's a great place for innovation, technology, manufacturing. So a lot of students might think that if they move to the UK, the only place that they're going to find a job after they study is London. But that's not the case. We have a lot of students that stay in Newcastle after they graduate. It's a great place for innovation. We do have advanced manufacturing. We have a Nissan factory nearby. We have lots of small startups and also big companies. We have Procter & Gamble. We have PwC. So huge companies and small little startups. We've got a huge range. So Newcastle is actually somewhere you could really find a good job to work at after you graduate. It's not just London. Newcastle has loads of opportunities too. In my experience working with Mexican students, the weather always comes up. So I will mention Newcastle is actually not, it's not as rainy as, for example, Mexico City or Manchester, for example. It is a drier city. I mean, that's not to say it's like a desert, but it is. It doesn't rain as much as people might expect. There are so many things to do, bars, restaurants, all sorts going on in Newcastle. It's not a big city in the sense that, in terms of population, you can walk around the city really easily. It's very, you can get around. Most people will just walk around the city centre, no problem at all. There's loads to do, but you don't have that big city vibe. So you've got all the activities that you want from a big city, but you don't have that city vibe. So many bars and restaurants. We have art galleries, theatres, cinemas, parks, music festivals. In the UK, we are kind of operating under the idea that by June, everything will be back to normal after COVID. So I've been getting emails about The Weeknd and Dua Lipa performing in Newcastle in October. So, it sounds like there's going to be loads of big festivals coming up once we're finished with COVID. And of course, lots of sport. Here we have Newcastle United, the home of Newcastle United, St James's Park, a Premier League team who are doing their best trying to do their best to stay up in the Premier League. It's a fantastic stadium and it's across the street from Newcastle University. Newcastle's football ground is one of the very few stadiums in the country the stadium is really in the city centre, across the road from the university, and the tickets are very affordable. In my experience, it was cheaper to go to see Newcastle Tottenham than it was to see Pumas Necaxa. So it actually is quite affordable to go and see the football. But like I say, there is so much going on, and we're actually close. So you've got all these fantastic activities going on in the city centre, but we have beaches and historical architecture just nearby as well. So up left, we have Gray's Monument. If you're familiar with Earl Grey tea, I know I am. That was named after the guy who stood on the monument here. He was briefly Prime Minister in England, and he was given the gift of Earl Grey tea. He was so they named it after him. And that's one of the most famous streets in our city, Grey Street. Some fantastic architecture there. Something that Newcastle gets to, can really boast that not many other university cities can say is we have a beach. I actually went to school right next to this beach here. It's a beautiful place. You can go for walks. It's only a 15-minute metro journey from the city centre. in the winter, in the summer, it's a wonderful place to be. I've mentioned it once, I'll mention it again. If you've seen the movie Go with Kuno Becker, the actor from Mexico City, he actually runs along that beach. So if you want to watch that movie again, you'll see lots of these hotspots in Newcastle. So we've got wonderful architecture in the city centre. We have a beautiful coastline, but we also have the beautiful quayside, Newcastle quayside, with all these fantastic bridges on. And there are so many bars and restaurants along there, loads and loads of bridges. That pink one there actually rotates so that boats can go underneath it. And there's like, you can go on the boats when they do that, and it's really special. Behind that is another music venue that we have called the Sage. I don't want to talk too much about it, but the airport that was meant to be, that was designed, I believe, Norman Foster, he also designed the Sage. So what was going to be the airport in Mexico City was designed by the same guy. And we also have Jasmine Dean. Now, this is really close to my house. I love to go down there for a nice walk. This is a beautiful forest that we have really close to the city as well. Just outside the city, we'll have Banbrook Castle, another beautiful beach on the coastline. We have, fantastic puffins and lots of nature. And if you're a fan of Harry Potter, and in my experience, lots of Mexicans are, this is actually, this will be familiar to you. This is where they filmed quite a few scenes from the first couple of Harry Potter movies. The famous scene with the Up, when Harry's learning how to fly, that scene was there, and they would often CGI in the St. James's Park just to the left of that castle. So that castle, that backdrop was used a lot, and you can go and visit there, and they have actors pretending to be Dumbledore and Harry Potter. It's really cool. If you're into Harry Potter, you must go. So let's talk a bit about the city centre campus that we have. So here we are. It's a beautiful, traditional, historic campus with those classic red brick buildings that are sort of really popular amongst, sort of traditional amongst the best universities in the UK. And as I mentioned, and just so you can see that I wasn't lying to you, just across, you can actually see, just to the left, you can see a little bit of St. James's Park. So we are really, really across the road from St. James's Park, and we are right in the city centre. There are some universities that you need to get the bus to from the city. Newcastle is not one of them. We are right in the city centre. It's a very pretty campus. If you are interested, for example, in the foundation year, we do have an Into Centre, which also is right on the city campus, but it's very green, very pretty. Martin Luther King actually was visited here. His statue is around the campus because he was given a honorary doctorate. So it's a really historic and beautiful campus right on the city centre. And that was the old and, historic, beautiful, but we're actually building a new part of the campus, which is called the Helix. A lot of this is already done. It's a £500 million city quarter. And for example, if you're interested in urban sciences, the business school, it is just on the other side of St. James's Park. So you've got the modern, exciting, and the old and, architecturally magnificent. So you've got that nice contrast there. Just to give you an idea of everything. So the square on the left, the yellow square on the left, is where the university is and the huge hospital. This was ranked in the top 100 hospitals recently. So it's one of the best hospitals in the world. Medical sciences students, that's something that's really important. The little triangle on the other side of St. James's Park is the business quarter where the new modern buildings are, and the grey sort of letterbox is the main city centre. So you can really see how everything is close together. And this kind of really affirms the point I made about it being a really compact city. Let's talk about our global reputation as a university. So we are a top 160 university, and we're one of the best universities in the UK. We're a member of the Russell Group. So if you're into investigation, into research, this is a really good place to be. And if you're interested in applying to Scheveningen or Conacyt, if you're there, they are only looking for universities in the top 200. So we are nice and comfortably in that ranking. So you can definitely apply to those kind of scholarships with Newcastle Uni. So one that's, I think, really important is we are top 10 for graduate prospects. So of all the universities in the UK, we're in the top 10 for getting the best jobs for our students when they graduate in the highest number of jobs. So as I mentioned, Newcastle's a really good place to work after you graduate, and we are one of the best places to help you find a job while you're studying at the university. I will talk about that a little bit more later on. If you're interested in our rankings in terms of subject areas, here we have them. These are the most recent ones. So for example, architecture, agriculture, art and design, marketing, communication and media studies are all in there, and we're one of the best for those areas. If you're interested in business schools, Triple Crown accreditation is the best you can get. So if you are interested in studying one of the best business schools in the world, we have that for you. There are very few universities, very few business schools that have the 3 accreditations that they all are after, and we have all 3 of them. So we are a top ranked business school as well. That's super important if you're looking to study an MBA or any course in business. So we have around 120 different nationalities represented on campus. We have around 5,000 international students, and we have campuses in Newcastle, Malaysia, and Singapore. Let's have a little look at our courses and our faculties. So these are our 3 main faculties. From my understanding of Mexican students, you might be interested in architecture or business, so that would be here, or you might be interested in bioengineering or agriculture. I know agriculture is a big one in Mexico, and of course medical science is a big one as well. So we have a big offering that I think would be interesting for you guys. I will save my voice, so I won't go through all of these, but these are the courses that we have within our humanities and social sciences faculty. These are the programs that we have in science, agriculture, and engineering. I think one that's really interesting is marine technology and marine science. That's a unique one in agriculture. So we, as you know, we're by the coast. In the past, Newcastle was one of the hubs where they built a lot of huge ships. Nowadays, the Marine Sciences Department, we have a research centre at one of the beaches that nearby, so students can go out on the go out on the little boats and work there. So you get hands-on experience if you're interested in marine science. And of course, these are our medical sciences programs. I want to just give you a little bit more information about those in particular. So I'm very aware that CONACYT have recently produced their convocatorias, and their focus entirely this year is on Ciencias Médicas. I'm very aware of that. I'm not sure if you can see everything with the quality of the screen there, but these are our MRESs on the left-hand side and our MSCs. So MRES is Masters in Research, and an MSc is a Master in Science. So the MRES has a stronger focus on research. So the thesis, the dissertation, will have a heavier credit bear, rather than the MSc, where you have more contact time as a student, more classes, and less. You still have a dissertation, of course, but not as such a big focus. So there are some really interesting ones in there. I would definitely, if you were to look at the convocatoria from CONACYT, you would see that a lot of the priorities that they've highlighted we have options there, and we do have an agreement and convenio with CONACYT. In terms of requirements, so if you are looking for a bachelor's degree, you would need the IB or the AP, normally looking for about 32 to 34 points. If you're looking for a master's degree, normally for the vast majority of our courses, we're looking for a 2-1, which would be 8 de 10 or 80%. Some courses require a 2-2, some, and that would be around 75%. And that is the same rule that we apply for PhDs as well. So if you are interested in applying for a bachelor's, you can use UCAS. If you don't have an IB, then you would use the foundation year that we have it into. If you are able to apply it, now the deadline does say the 15th of January, but you can still apply. It's something that's worth mentioning. If you're interested in applying for a bachelor's degree, you can still apply. You can still go for it. Master's degrees don't work in that way. We have our own postgraduate applicant portal, and you can apply directly. Anglo Latino will explain about how they can help you later on. But these are the main requirements that we look for. But of course, Anglo-Latino will be able to give you guidance and help you with all that whole process. Just to look at our accommodation. So most of our accommodation is only a 10-minute walk away from campus, actually. As you've seen, we're nice and compact, everything's central. So everything's within walking distance. Now, I was a estudiante de la UNAM, and I was very aware. I was lucky because I lived in Miguel Ángel de Quevedo, across the street. But I was aware that there were people traveling from Ocoyoacac, from Itzcali, some, I think even some from Puebla, in Syria, you know. So seriously, there were people coming from all over, and that is something. So to tell someone that you can actually leave your student accommodation, walk for 10 minutes, you've got the city centre and the university at your doorstep, is something that's really unique and special. So I thought it'd be good to mention it to you guys. And we have different options depending on what you're interested in. You don't have to take the university's accommodation, but they do have some good options for you. We have a Students' Union. Now, if you're familiar with UK education, you may have heard about Students' Union before. If not, let me tell you, it's our social hub. Bars, restaurants, societies, it has a nightclub downstairs, subways, Domino's, food, drink, whatever you're after, social activities, all going on in the Students' Union. We have over 200 societies, loads of sports clubs, so it doesn't matter what sport you're interested, there will be a sports club available to you. And for example, I really like basketball. I'm no LeBron James, and I'm not, in terms of height, I wasn't really gifted. It wasn't really, you know, written in the stars for me to play basketball. But if I want to just play and make some friends and you know, play with people who want to just give it a go like that, you have that opportunity. You don't have to be a professional athlete. You know, you don't have to be Tom Brady to be able to play American football. If you want to just try a new sport while you're at the university, you can. We're in the we have some fantastic facilities, but we're actually in the process of finishing off a massive facility, so that will be ready for you very soon. Here are our different societies. So, like I mentioned, we have over 200. I thought these might be of interest to you. So we have the Newcastle University Latin American Society, which you definitely should join if you want to catch up with people from your region, get to speak Spanish and relax a little bit. That's something that's really nice. There's a really nice and strong Latin American community at our university. We have Salsa Society. Let me be the one to tell you, British people do not know how to dance, and definitely don't know how to dance salsa. So please come along and show us how it's done, because it's just not in our blood. So there's loads of opportunities. You might like baking. You might want to be the next David Guetta, and we have the Newcastle University DJ Society. Whatever you're interested in, there is a society for you. And if there isn't one, you can actually create one. There are between 25 and 28,000 students at the university. You'll not be the only one that has that particular interest. So by all means, you can start your own societies. In terms of support and well-being, we have open days. We have the international office. That's me. We will have an international welcome week when I hope to be heavily involved. They might get me to DJ, but I'll definitely be involved with that. And something that's really special is you will get a personal tutor. So you'll have someone that's always there to support you. You will be matched up with someone who's already at the university who can give you that support and help that you might need as a newbie on campus. We have a library that's open 24 hours. We have a fantastic language resource center. So any language you might learn, you might know Spanish and English, but you really want to learn Mandarin, you've got the library, you've got these fantastic facilities that you can use. So there are loads of extra opportunities for you. And okay, so I don't know if any of you've been to the UK before. Feel free to let me know in the chat if you have. Something that's very unique, I would say, is, well, the UK is a very unique place. You touch down in Heathrow Airport, or you touch down in Newcastle Airport, and immediately you hang on a second. They're driving on the other side of the road. The money's different. You can drink water out of the tap. My hairdryer exploded when I plugged it in. The accents are different. The weather's probably different from Mexico as well. It's a very unique place. And you might find, oh, I'm struggling a little bit with the style of study in the UK or in Newcastle, and you need that extra help. We have that support. Maybe you're just a little bit homesick, which happens to us all. And you have mental health support as well. So you have a lot of support and guidance. And of course, you do have a very safe and secure campus too. And I think this is where I really want to show you. So I've already highlighted that we're one of the best universities in the UK for graduate prospects. So how do we do that? We help you with interviews. We help you find jobs. We can help you try and find internships and short-term placements, depending on your course length. There are opportunities for job shadowing. If you were interested in starting up your own company, the university can give you some support and guidance there. We've had students who've gone that way. So we are really good at finding new jobs, and we link up with, we have loads of career days, EY, KPMG, huge companies are on campus. They are looking for their next top talent, and we want that to be you. So the university is really good at helping you find a great job when you graduate. Just to give you an overview of the tuition fees. So it depends on the course, but these are pretty much the fees. I've put them in dollars as well for you. They're pretty standard for Russell Group University, but it's really worth mentioning. This amount would not get you very far, the living expense in London. Newcastle is a lot cheaper place to live. In terms of scholarships, so we have some nice options for Latin American students. We have some business school scholarships up to the value of 50%. We also have one worth £4,000. For undergraduate students, so these are all undergraduate scholarships, we do have one worth £4,000. We have another one worth £5,000 or £10,000 within two. You get one scholarship for your first year at the foundation provider, and then the first year of the university. We will have sports scholarships. So if you are the next Tom Brady, we do have scholarships for you, or the next LeBron. We do have scholarships for you there. And we have some specific subject scholarships too. For postgrad, we have an excellent scholarship that's worth 50%. The deadline is the end of April, so the 29th of April, so definitely apply to that. Again, we have sports scholarships, and we have the 50% discount at the business school. We do have an agreement with Schevening, Conacyt, FUNED, and FIDER. So if you're looking for funding from any of those parties, and I know that Mexican students often are, we do work with all of them. So that's really good to mention. So if you want to learn a bit more, here are some nice links so you can find out more about the university. I'm going to hand you over to Anglo Latino. Before I do that, I just want to give you my email address, because I don't think there are any questions yet. And if you're a bit shy and you don't want to post them in the chat, then please send me an email. Or if you want to ask questions later on. But I'm going to hand over to David now. He's going to tell you about Anglo Latino.
Thanks. Excuse me. Thanks very much, Andrew. Yeah, we'll surely hear back from you shortly. And we had one question so far in the chat, but we'll come back to that. So yeah, just to introduce Anglo Latino and our services. So we work very closely with Andrew and the University in Newcastle. And we're here to guide students all the way through the process, from helping you to look through the different program offers at the University of Newcastle. Then we guide you through the whole admissions process, checking all your documentation, helping you with the application to becas and scholarships, and providing all the support you need right through to the application for the visa. Many people think it's a tricky and difficult path to follow. Our idea is to make things easy and straightforward, and to help you and answer any questions you have along the way. And all our services and our support are completely free of charge right through to the visa application. So here's a kind of visual step-by-step process. So first of all, you know what you want to study. Ariel in the chat has already indicated he wants to study engineering at Newcastle. So you find the engineering program that works for you. We can help you with that process, send you the program, review all those options, and then explain to you what documents you need for the application, review those documents, send you the link and the explanation of how to make your application to university. Then once you have an offer, help you with the applications to the different scholarships, be they direct scholarships with Newcastle or through their agreements in Mexico and in other countries in Latin America. And then finally, once you have everything in order, will help you with the visa application and see you on your merry way to Newcastle, which will into your adventure in the UK. Here's all our contact information where you can make initial contacts. Obviously, all of you joined this session today through our invitation, so thank you very much to everyone for joining us today. It's been great to have a good number of students attending this webinar today, but there's all our contact information should you have you need to contact us further. Sergio in the chat is asking for both our email addresses. Andrew has already shared his. I can share mine as well at the bottom. And please, everybody, any questions you've got, ask now, because that's why we have these sessions, so you can have direct contact with Andrew from Newcastle and myself here in Mexico. Any questions you have, you're very welcome to ask them. One question that came through already, Andrew, is Ariel was asking about the English language requirements, TOEFL specifically for a master's degree in engineering. I don't know if you've had a chance to look that up. I did whilst you were talking. If you need me to, I can answer on your behalf because I had time to look it up. Oh, you've gone quiet, Andrew. Have you got your microphone turned on?
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you are. Yeah.
Yes. So we're normally looking for about a 90 in TOEFL. It sometimes can be a little bit higher, but for a standard engineering, I just picked a random one out, which was hydrology and water management. And we're looking for a 90 overall, 17 in listening, 18 in reading, 20 in speaking, and 17 in writing. If you were to go to our website and you go to entry requirements, click down to English language requirements, you can pick some like IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson's, and it'll tell you what we're looking for. So if you decided to go for the IELTS instead of the TOEFL, it's a 6.5 overall with a minimum of 5 in all sub skills. So do check the exact course that you're looking for, the entry requirements. But that's normally about right, unless it was for the MRESs. We look for a higher level of English because there's more writing going on in that course. I hope that answered your question, Ariel. I'm not sure if there's any more.
Yeah. Yes, we've got another one here from Sergio. Just to add to what Andrew said, we will always double check all the English language requirements for you. So if there's any doubt, we'll make sure you know what you need to get. Sergio is asking if we intend to start our studies in 2022, would it be possible to apply now but actually start next year? How does that work on the application portal, Andrew?
It's very early. So I'm not aware whether, as far as I'm aware, the applications for 2022 haven't opened just yet. As I understand, no. My recommendation would be to well, I mean, if you wanted to speak to the team at Anglo Latino now, why not? And you can take it slow so that by September time, when everything opens, you're already ready to go. So you could start getting your file ready, all your documents, translations, all of that, because it does take time. It's not a 5-second job. Let Anglo Latino help you that way. And then by the time we get to September and the courses are open, because normally it's about a year, a full year before they do open normally. And then you'd be ready to go. You'd be first across the line. Yeah, first across the line. Yeah, so that would be my recommendation to you, Sergio. This is a lovely time to do some research, to understand what the requirements are, because the requirements won't change. So take your time now for the next, let's say, 5-6 months, get everything you need ready, because it does take time. And you'll be ready for September to apply.
Yes, it's good advice. Yeah, if you're thinking ahead, it's great to be thinking ahead and get everything ready in good time. So we can have all the documents ready, as Andrew has said. Yes, Sergio, thank you. I'm glad that you're already in touch with someone here at Anglo Latino. So yes, whoever you're in contact with, our agent will guide you through the process, and getting your documents ready in good time is great advice. Any other further questions in the chat? Oh, yes, we have another one. Fabiana. Right, do we offer international law or international relations? Are joint degrees, double majors common? any language courses? Do we need prior experience with law? There's a lot of questions here, Fabiana. You're putting us. Maybe we should go one by one with you. I don't know if you can see those questions. I think
I've got them. Thank you, Fabiana.
Yeah,
keeping me on my toes. Okay. So let me go. Do you have international law and international relations? Yes. Let me find the exact title. So I might need to go back. As I'm understanding, these are undergraduates, right? You're looking for undergraduate.
Yeah, looks like she's an IB student. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so let me find those for you. International relations, international law. Okay. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to send over the search tool. That'll be a great place to start for everyone if you're looking for undergraduate courses. So you can have I'll go through our A to Z and go through them at your own leisure, but I will, while I'm here, have a little look for you.
Okay. Yeah, I think Fabiana is asking, does she need an IB? IB would be required for direct entry typically, unless you're doing the US high school diploma with APs, as Andrew mentioned in the presentation. If you're not doing those, then a foundation would probably be the route for you. We'd need to know what you're studying and what your grades are. And here at Anglo Latino, we can give you advice and guide you through that. If you're not doing IB or APs from the US diploma system, you'd need to do the foundation, right, Andrew?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, and so we do have, here we go, politics and international relations. So we've got that. We do have a law degree as well, the standard bachelor's in law, and we do have, for example, politics and international relations. I'm just going to send you the search tool, and I'll send you those courses now if I just type them in on this chat for you. So there's the first one. That's the politics one. Then we have law here as well. And hold on 1 second, I'll get the full A to Z for you. There you go.
What's this issue? Sorry, Andrew. I was going to ask a question based on what Fabiana was asking. She's asking about joint degrees or double majors. Are they common? They tend to be in very specific subject areas. Isn't that right, Andrew? You're not going to combine law with, say, we could maybe combine law with German. That kind of is a combination. There's a possibility at Newcastle.
Yeah, they are possibilities. So you can combine, for example, business and Spanish. That's one. That's always a common one. I mean, you probably wouldn't be that interested for a Mexican, but you could do law and German, for example. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so normally if they're in the same area, and normally with social sciences and humanities, it's a bit easier to combine. But they are option there. Again, if you go on that website, you can have a good look at all our different combinations. But yeah, they are possible. They are possible. I think international business management with German would be a nice one, for example, for you, Fabiana. And I'm just saying, would I need to have taken an IB course? No. So for social sciences, as long as you've got the IBs in anything, really, that's normally okay. Apart probably, for example, business, let's say. You wouldn't need to have studied business at IB as long as you've got that. There are certain courses, if it's a mechanical engineering or biosciences, we would look for IBs related to that areas and some higher levels as well. But social sciences, normally from any IB background, you can enter. And I think that's pretty common for most universities around the world, really. Okay. I hope that answers all of your questions.
Yeah, there's a good group of questions there. Fabiana, make sure you're in touch with us and we'll send you more detail. And yeah, you sound like you're a very interested student. So yeah, and being able to do that combination of law and German sounds like that might work for you. So please keep in contact with us. I can't see any more questions just now in the chat. I'll move the presentation on because there is Andrew's full.
There it is. Yeah,
it was there somewhere, and we found it was on the very, very final slide. Ricardo is asking a question. Do you have anything related to applied arts or performance?
Yes, so let me find those for you.
Ricardo, I'm wondering. I'm assuming it is, but I'm not quite sure. Applied arts or performance. Maybe we have undergrad and postgrad. Newcastle has a broad range of programs, doesn't it? It's a comprehensive university.
Yeah, let me have a look. Okay, well, so we have, let me see for you. Applied arts or performance. So we do have film practice, film and media. We have fine arts. Music as well.
Is it maybe looking at something theatre-wise or film and theatre, things like that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we have music as well. Quite a few options, and that's for undergraduate, and obviously we can look at postgraduate as well. Like I say, we have a vast range.
Yeah, it's a very broad offer. Ricardo, please drop us an email and let us know exactly what you're looking for, and then we can share with you the programs that will most closely fit with what your plans are for your future and for your studies.
Yeah. Like I say, we have such a wide wide range. It's good to have someone to help you find the right one for you.
Can't see any further comments or questions just now. Andrew, I don't know if you had any final words or encouragement, or why students should particularly choose Newcastle, the university and the city.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you to everybody for their questions. Thanks to everybody for this event. It's great to speak to you all. Thank you very much, David, and the whole team at Anglo Latino for hosting me. It's great to speak to you all. And I think, so I've worked with Mexican students for quite a long time. And I think the most important thing to really communicate is that this is real. So we're not sort of telling you, fairy tales, and I don't want you to sit there and think, yeah, well, great, but it's not going to happen to me. That's not the case. Okay, so we're here to support you. I'm here because every year we get Mexican students and Latin American students coming to our university, and I'm here because I want you to be the next ones. You're going to have loads of support. You have funding opportunities in Mexico through CONACYT, FUNED, FIDER. There are lots of opportunities. We have our own scholarships as well. So there are ways of getting the funding. You might be a bit shy or maybe think your English isn't very good. I am pretty confident that it is. So, have a bit of faith. Universities in Mexico are very good, so your academic level, I don't want you to ever feel like you might not be good enough, because the universities in Mexico are very good, and we recognize most of the universities in Mexico. So I'm sure you have all the skills, and you sat here right now, whether it is you want to go in 2021, 2022, or whatever it is, this is the first step on your journey there, and it's not a pipe dream. This is something real. David and the team are going to help you realize this dream, and we will be hearing from you. I will be seeing you over here in Newcastle. So first of all, this is something that's very real, and it's something that you're going to really benefit from. I hope that Newcastle is somewhere that you're interested in. If it's not the right place for you, that's okay. I just want you to go somewhere that makes you happy, but I think Newcastle is a wonderful option for you. It's a fantastic university, and it's a wonderful city. I don't know anybody that doesn't like living in Newcastle, and students in particular. Newcastle has something special about it that not many cities in the world can really boast. It just has something special, and I think you really enjoy your time here. So I think those are the main things. This is real. This is something that's definitely achievable, and Newcastle is somewhere that I guarantee you'll have a wonderful time.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much, Andrew. Yeah, I would echo those comments. And Newcastle, I've got no personal allegiance, but yeah, I've loved every time I visited it, and the people are so friendly, and it's such a lively and really alive city. The closest thing to a Latin city than we have in the UK. So yeah, great advice. And yes, as Andrew said, we're here in Anglo Latino to help you. Andrew, you've got his contact there as well to make direct contact with him. But yeah, believe in the opportunity, and you have lots of support along the way. So there's no further questions, no further comments that I can see in the comment box. So just to say a really big thank you to Andrew for taking the time out of your evening in Newcastle, and we'll stay in contact with you and with the students who are interested in Newcastle, and be helping them through so you'll be seeing them in Newcastle in September, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed. I look forward to helping you along the journey. And David's going to be there supporting you, but if there's anything I can do to help you along the journey, that's great. And I'll be seeing you on the other side here in sunny Newcastle. Thank you very much to everyone. It's been wonderful speaking to you all. Take care, stay safe. Things are going to get better one day. And yeah, thanks again.
Thanks, Andrew. All the best.
Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.